Hey Mama, I'm so glad you're here. We are in the middle of winter. Actually, it's not even quite the middle of winter. Sorry, we're still several almost weeks away from the middle of winter, and there's a lot of weeks and months ahead of us of cold weather. And if you are like me, you may be feeling those winter blues or SAD, seasonal affect disorder. And it is really hard. I find January and February are the slowest moving months. I mean, this month already, it feels like January 167th. And it seems to drag on. And what do you do about it? Because we know that this comes every year. We know that we're going to have winter. And for those of us who know that we are going to be affected by it, we know it's coming. So what do we do? And that's what I'm talking about today is how do you fight the winter blues? How do you fight seasonal affect disorder? What do you do about it? How are some ways that we can feel better? And so I'm going to talk about the things that help me. And obviously, I'm not a doctor. I do not have a medical degree. I'm just speaking from my own experience and the things that have really helped me during this time because I want to help others. I want to encourage others. And I know that as a mom, we have to keep pushing through that in my house, the grouchies start to happen, and I have to be the one that's like, no, we're not going to be grouchy. We're going to be happy. And so that means that I myself need to be happy and figuring out ways to fight those winter blues. So grab that cup of tea, Mama, and let's get into this. Hey Mama, I know you're busy. You're living in piles of laundry, you don't know what you're making for your next meal, and there's a really annoying kid song stuck in your head. And through all of this, you're wondering how you're going to build a joyful Christian home. How do I know all of this? Because that was me. Hi, I'm Alyssa, teacher turned stay-at-home boy mom, blogger, podcaster, and Jesus lover. And I know that while this motherhood journey is beautiful, it's also messy. And the best way to enjoy it is to invite God into our chaos and let Him be the rest that we so desperately need. So together, let's strengthen your relationship with God. Let's build a Christian home that is built on biblical truths and enjoy this motherhood journey. You got this, Mama. Fighting the winter blues. And so the first thing that I always like to do is to go to the Bible. I go back to the Bible, go back to God's Word. And one of the things that I was reminded of is that God created winter. I mean, it's such a duh thing. It seems so silly, but God created the day and the night, and He created the seasons. So He created the summer and the winter. And it says that in Genesis. It says that in Psalm 74. We are reminded of that several times in the Bible, how God created the heavens and the earth, and He created winter. And we know that God doesn't make something because, period. God makes something because ... He has a reason for everything that He has made, and He has a reason for the winter seasons that He has given us. And so it's good to be reminded of that there is a plan and a purpose for these times of the year when maybe we don't feel quite like ourselves. And this isn't necessarily just seasonal either. If this is a season of life that you're in too. God has a plan and a purpose for it. So these are some things that I do to feel better, especially in the winter time when it is so dark outside. The sun doesn't come up as soon. It goes down earlier. It's cold. When we used to live out west, you got more sun. There was actually more sun because it was cold and clear, but the time of sun was quite a bit shorter. Where we live now in Southern Ontario, sometimes we don't see the sun for weeks. I remember last year, I think we had like a 6-week stretch of no sun, and I thought I was going to die. I know I'm being dramatic, but I love the sun. And it's so hard in the wintertime when you just don't have sun and it's cold and just miserable. So these are some things that I do. So number one is to seek God. obviously. We talked scripture and I kind of started talking about it, but seek God. Seek what his plans and his purposes are for this particular season. If it's a season of rest or if it's a season of planning, maybe it's a season of waiting. And I've spoken about this a few times about how it's in the waiting that we find God's strength. And we have to sit in that uncomfortable place of waiting in order to be strengthened and to learn that strength. And so whatever it is, a season that you're in, and if it is one of those cold wintry seasons, every year it maybe is just a time for you to reconnect with God and to maybe make plans for the busy time of year, planning the outdoor activities you're going to be doing, planning a garden, planning whatever it is that's coming up, and being in that planning time, because planning is important too. Okay, next thing is get active. I am a really big promoter of staying active, 10,000 steps with Jesus and then 10,000 steps on your step counter. But getting those steps in, but getting that physical activity. I really truly believe that God did not create us to be sedentary creatures, that he created us to move. He gave us muscles for a reason so that we can use them. And I know some of us have jobs where we have to sit much of the time, but there's still ways to find, time to move, to stretch, to get up, go for a little walk, and get your body moving. And if you have kids at home, I know it's hard to get outside, and I'm going to talk about that in a second, but you can get them moving in the house. You can get them playing games, have a dance party, do the floor is lava, whatever, acting things out. Get up and get moving. And even just for yourself, if you're, get up and do 30 jumping jacks and 10 squats and whatever. Just get your body moving, get that blood pumping. You feel so much better once you kind of have, it's just like a little refresh. The blood pumps through your body. And doing a workout. I do home workouts, pop on the treadmill every day because I just need that time. It's a mental refresh for me and just gets my body strengthened. And it really helps at these times of year when it's cold outside and you can't go outside to walk, or you can only be outside for a short time, which is then number 3, which is to get outside. And so it's hard to get outside. I know, as I said, when I lived out west, my threshold for going outside was minus 43 degrees Celsius. And that was, if it was minus 43 or colder, I did not take the dog out for a walk. So this was back before I had kids. And I was like, sorry, bud, you're just going to have to go pee in the backyard and come back in. We are not doing a walk this morning. So that tells you the level of cold that I can handle. And so I will bundle my kids up and go outside if the temperatures are, if the wind chill is in minus 20 or above minus 25, then we don't go out unless we have to go to the bus or something. But I bundle them up and I'll take them out. I'm like, there's no reason why we can't be outside if we are dressed properly and we're not outside for long periods of time. So get outside, even if it's just for 10 minutes. And yes, I know with toddlers, it takes you 10 minutes to get the stuff on and you have to fight tooth and nail to get them to wear mitts. But get that stuff on, get outside for 10 minutes, just do a little lap around the block, come back inside, and you will feel so much better. And if there's a little bit of sun out there, get your face turned to the sun, get that vitamin D, because we need that. And that sunshine is so, so good for you. Next is do something that you enjoy. And I know that this can be hard. And that God created us to be busy, that he created us, I think, to putter and to move, obviously. He created us to take breaks as well. So finding that happy balance, but finding that balance of doing things that you enjoy, finding rest or taking a break and doing things that you enjoy. So if it's taking a break and resting in God, that's awesome. Connecting with God is really, really important, but finding other activities outside of that. And I know it's hard because it's like, well, all the things I'd like to do involve summer and it's cold outside. But find other things that you enjoy. Maybe it's getting into a new book series and really diving in, whether it's fiction or Christian fiction or nonfiction or whatever. You can join me. I am doing the 40-day pilgrimage with Ann Voskamp. Her book is being released February 11th. I am so excited to be jumping in to that book. I'm actually part of her launch team, and so I have the book right now. I should say I have the manuscript, not the actual hard copy. And I'm just dying because I'm reading it on my computer and I just want to read the book. I want the book in my hand so I can read it. And so that's just something else that I'm excited about. It's something that I enjoy and I'm really looking forward to. I will link that book down in the show notes. You can grab a copy, pre-order your copy, I should say, for February 11th. I'm so excited about that. But finding something that you enjoy doing, if it's reading, if it's, getting outside, if it's crafting, if it's whatever, do something that makes you happy. Plan something. Plan a tea party for you and your friends and their kids, or plan something for your family for Valentine's Day, or just little things that you can look forward to. Okay, next is to get a light therapy lamp. And if you follow me on social media, I have shown the one that I got. I really like it because it looks like a nice little lamp, but it's super bright, and I sit in the mornings with my coffee and Jesus and my light therapy lamp. And it makes a difference. It makes a difference having that light. I don't know what it is. We need the light. We are not meant to be in darkness. God created us to love the light. And so get yourself that lamp if you need it, and get those curtains opened up in your house, get the sunshine coming through, sit in a window if you've got sun. My house is south facing, my kitchen is south facing, and so I get beautiful sunshine in my kitchen. I just stand there. I'm like, I love the sun. Because it just makes you feel better, that momentary feeling better, and it warms you up, and I love it. Okay, next is taking supplements. Now, as I said, I am not a medical professional, but I did start seeing a naturopath this year, and it has been a game changer. So vitamin D is typically what I think just about every doctor will probably recommend, or everyone can be taking vitamin D, especially if you live in the Northern Hemisphere in Canada, where we do not get enough sunshine in the winter. But there's other things that you can be taking as well. And you need to see a professional about this. Do not rely on Google. Because there's things that my naturopath gave me that I didn't even know existed. But other things that I didn't know I could be taking. And based on, the information I gave him and my blood work and all of that, it has been so helpful just for me personally, and getting onto a routine and giving my body what it needs so that it feels better. Because if your body feels better, if you're physically feeling better, then you mentally feel better. And so that's something else to look into, is filling your body, your physical body, with good things, and seeing somebody that can help you with that. Okay, next is fill your space with good smelling things. And I personally have a really strong sense of smell, and I get icky. I'm like, oh, my house smells like wet dog and potty training toddler, because we're almost there, but not quite. So it's just I'm like, it stinks in here. And so get those smells out. Cleaning is obviously the best thing. So if you can wipe down some counters, wipe down a bathroom, then somehow that seems to help. But get your diffusers going. Get natural deodorizers out. You can check out this blog post for the link on the natural deodorizer that I like to use. It's just baking soda. But just so that you can kind of freshen up your space. I find that if it smells fresh, it feels fresh, and then you just feel better. And so that is, I don't know, it's so helpful for me anyways. Something else that can help is baking something tasty. If you or cook something tasty, and you don't necessarily have to eat it right now. Sometimes the action of baking or cooking something and completing it makes you feel better. I don't know what it is. Starting and completing it, just you feel like you've accomplished something. I did one thing today. I baked muffins or something. But then it also, especially for me having kids, I know that I then have food for them. And I'm trying to bake more with whole grains. I'm trying to make things with reduced sugar, reduced fat. And so I feel better about feeding them the snacks that I have made versus what's in the pantry or the what you can buy at the store, because I don't always know, or even the packaged stuff. There's just preservatives and stuff in it that I don't really want my kids having. So bake things. If that's something that you enjoy doing, just do it, and then put them in the freezer. Don't eat them all right now. but put them in the freezer, or do something that you can complete, a task that you can do from start to finish, even if it's small, like making your bed or folding a load of laundry. As boring as that is, you feel better after you've done it. And so doing those things that can make you feel accomplished. And it's just those small little steps that we can take that will affect how we feel. And I know it's hard. I know some of these you're like, oh my goodness, like that's hard. But anything that is good is hard. And I mean, God doesn't promise that it's going to be easy. He never said that everything was going to be easy. Sometimes it takes a little bit of effort. And if we want to feel better, we have to put in that effort. So just to kind of round up everything that I talked about again, go check out the blog post. There's a ton of links there in the blog post that you can go and check out. There's links to other books that I'm currently reading because I'm got lots of different things going on the go, and the light therapy lamp, different things that you can check out for yourself. But ways that I fight the winter blues. So seeking God, getting active, getting outside, doing something that I enjoy, my light therapy lamp or sunshine, taking supplements, filling my space with things that smell good, and doing things that make me feel accomplished. Like for me, it's baking. And then remember that this too shall pass. Spring will come. The weather will warm up, the snow will go away, and we will be back to our days when we can just run outside in our flip-flops and we don't have to worry about the hats and the mitts and the boots and all of the salt that is now all over my floor and staining the the rugs. So don't let the season bring you down, because there is a reason, there is a purpose for it, and there is still good in it. There's still a lot of good things that you can do, a lot of things that you can learn, and things that you can enjoy. It's a good time to clean your house. I hate cleaning my bathroom, but you know what? Winter, it gets cleaned a lot more because I can't be outside. I can't enjoy outside. So I'm like, well, I might as well clean. And so do those things now. Bake because you've got the extra few minutes now. Do the things inside that you normally in the summertime maybe you wouldn't be doing because you want to be outside in the summer. So use this time that God has given you because He has given it to you, and He wants you to use it effectively. So those are my ways of sort of fighting the winter blues, and it's not always perfect. I'm still learning. I'm still trying. But it definitely has helped. And so I hope that it will help you in your journey, and that you make it through this winter and you come out on the other side and you are ready to put those sandals back on once the weather warms up. Thanks for joining me today. Did you know that you can find me on Facebook and Instagram and Pinterest at Little Bit of Lavender, which is the blog? If you haven't checked that out, you should head over there for more motherhood encouragement. I pray your coffee stays hot, your children stay calm, and you keep Jesus in your heart. Until next time, Mama, God bless.